This case involved a young woman in her 20s who was visiting a friend, and the dog that her friend owned bit her finger on the inside of her hand. It appeared to be relatively benign, no real issues to speak of. She went to the doctor and had it stitched, but unfortunately her finger continued to swell after the fact, and it turned out that she developed an infection from the dog bite. She had to be admitted to the hospital for a week. Her sutures had to be opened, and her wound had to be cleaned out. And she was under monitoring for a substantial period of that week to make sure that there wasn't any sort of substantial infection that would advance to other parts of her body. After being in the hospital for, I think it was 8 days, she was discharged. She ended up having to have substantial follow-up care and treatment in terms of therapy to make sure she could regain function of her hand and her finger and get as much range of motion back as possible. Minnesota law states that any dog owner who has a dog who bites somebody is 100% responsible for any damage that has caused. There are only two real defenses to that. Number one, the person was trespassing when the dog bit them, which very often does not occur. Number two, the bite was provoked. And to provoke a dog bite, you have to take an affirmative action towards a dog that you know puts you at risk of being injured. Petting a dog, rubbing a dog's ears, doing things like that is not provocation in the eyes of the law. And so our client contacted us, and we were able to make a claim against the dog owner. We're lucky enough to discover that the dog owner was insured, or at least had homeowner's insurance, which oftentimes does cover dog bites. And we were able to, after producing all the medical records and evidence, secure and settle a settlement on behalf of our client for, I think it was nearly $200,000, given what she had gone through. The nice part about that case is it only took, I believe, less than a year for us to arrive at that resolution.